teachers. And the teachers will start with the end teachers. I mean the principals. But of course,
those students who drop from school. Because as of now, it is not very clear.
I have one issue on sun harvest.
Years or 25 years thereabout, about 20. I was a student or a pupil like. Unajua wale ambao mmewahi kanyaga chini, unajua wengine hamjai kanyaga chini bila ama kutembea bila viatu. To be the last 5, for a fact, your future is challenged unless you are able to compete effectively and be better in education, so that you can come and influence the generation to come. That will make me be a better person in future. Little did I know that 20 years later, I would be giving a testimony. The education system in Kenya is such that if you are at the top, then you are easily able to get the courses that I saw some of you raising your hand saying you want to be.
Wameenda kupanda miti ama wameenda kuosha?
Leta maji sasa ndani.
Kabisa.
Oi.
Thank you. Sorry.
It is clear, and every Kenyan know. You may just want to refuse, but the reality is, on the face value, every Kenyan knows what kind of behavior the 4 commissioners displayed during the announcements of the results. It is all in the clear. And I can tell you for a fact, when it comes to the floor of the House, those 4 commissioners, we have other better Kenyans with greater integrity who can be able to serve in that set. We have 50 million Kenyans, and several of them are qualified to be the commissioners of IEBC. So they should be prepared. When that will come to the floor of the House, I can tell you for a fact that they will not be retained in IEBC. Of course, it will follow the due process, so we are waiting. It was in the Parliamentary Service Commission. Those who are vetting and listening to their views, of course, they refused to appear, and there was a walkout by the opposition, but let them prepare for it. The 4 commissioners, we have better Kenyans who can serve in that capacity. That was the LAZIMA team. That is just a story they are saying. What would you expect of people in opposition? They will just want to make those, far-fetched statements. You cannot say they were given a fair hearing. Some of them did not appear in that committee, and some walked away. So how will they be heard if they are leaving the plenary? Because they know they are already guilty. Every Kenyan knows that they did some very shoddy job when they were doing the announcements. Every Kenyan knows. So when it will come to the floor of the House, those 4 commissioners will go home, tucked out of the bank. I think the matter of GMO, of genetic modified organisms in terms of the food that is being, it's a debate that is coming into the country. Yes, true, we must be able to advance in terms of technologies, in terms of productivity, and every way that we can be able to increase, because we are facing a lot of drought, we are facing food scarcity. But the issue of GMO should not be made, or statements being made on the roadside, on a matter that is so critical for Kenyans. Even us as leaders of this country want to still get sufficient information before we disseminate the same to our voters back in our country or our farmers. And if indeed this conversation goes, then it is better for our farmers. You know, that's a conversation you are saying. If we get convinced that indeed it is safe to bring GMO seeds, leave alone even the foods that are being imported to the country, which of course we had a lot of reservations, especially them of us that come from the region where we plant maize, that it was probably not timely to have been able to import maize when it's during the harvesting season. But I know that's a conversation that is under the bridge and it's been addressed. The matter about GMO, what you would want to request is that we need proper consultation and conversation around this topic, because every Kenyan right now is concerned and worried about their safety and the safety of their children. So I think this is a matter that we still need to have sufficient time to have a conversation. We have the scientists, they have the people who can be able to do enough research so that we can all be satisfied that we are comfortable with the issue of having probably to plant the GMO in a bid to be able to probably address the issue of the food scarcity and food security in this country. So we need time.
Commissioner ama IEBC ni magiririe garura uri andu a Kenya mendete. Andu a Kenya mathurire William Ruto na mo marutaga wira juu chini kuhakikisha teguo ricotire gutuika announced. Na evidence evo ni tukumandisika kuria mbunge na kwina muswanda wikuo mbunge wa kumaruta na mushando ucio tukaovitukia na rio muno to matiegero korome obici kwa sasa magro korma omirwa tere wanandiji ni gitumikire kumeterere mbunge imarute, lakini yo tukumerania atiriri kiumia gioku ni turamaruta obici tondu they failed ni maragwire kigeranio kia integrity magwite kabisa wana magiro koroma igotiri magicira cira ya nyamu igwitwa etagwa nyamu etagwa kugarura thirikari etagwa treason magiro koroma na cira treason magicira over treason. Nyamu ino iretwa GMO iretwa genetically modification te nyamu njoku ni nyamu ya pest ni nyamu ya mirimo na ni nyamu ya kugiriria mirimo ndikathukangie mimera tunyamu turia turicaga itongo na igunyo iria iricaga mbembe na mboco itikare woguo tu kugu nundu mwega ungitethereria gukorwa twina irio nyingi cia kuguna mĩĩrĩ yetu na gukorwa tutena yora tariu turena rio. Thank you. We have to chase them out of the office. There is all evidence which is required. They were sabotaging the will of the people in the last general elections. We are going to impeach them in the floor of the House. We have a motion. Once the motion is going to be forwarded in the Parliament, we are going to impeach them. And the recommendation will be they need to get out of the office. We need Kenyans of integrity and high integrity in terms of performing their duties. Of the GMO, I'm not a scientist, but GM, genetically modification, is the next frontier. We have no choice but to accept that is the next frontier in terms of food security, and we must trust our scientists that they are well trained, they have done their research. We have to trust our scientists this can be done. It has been done in other countries, and personally, I support any genetic modifications for maize, for our beans, for any crop which is going to ensure its drought resistance, its pest resistance, and is going to improve on food security for our people. We must be able to feed ourselves. It is not harmful. There is all research which has been done and show that genetic modification, in any case, all living organisms are as a result of breeding. When organisms breed, there is genetic modification. It is all about that. The former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, a man we respect, a statesman in Africa, is playing politics and working with the agrochemical industry. Agrochemical industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry which has benefited a lot from selling pesticides, from pesticides for farming, for post-harvest. And when science is coming in to solve the problem of pesticides, to solve the problem of post-harvest challenges, many of the agrochemical companies, they are going to run bankrupt. That is why these agrochemical companies, they have to invest a lot of money buying politicians across the world to make noise so that this new technology, genetic modification technology, cannot be adopted in the rest of the world, so that they can continue remaining in minting money through the industries in agrochemicals. Raila Odinga is supporting those agrochemical companies which have destroyed our environment in a big way. They have made our soil acidic. They have destroyed oceans. They have destroyed, quite a number of. They have very huge negative environmental impact. GM is coming to solve some of those challenges which we are facing today as a result of agrochemical industries.